Hey guys, what's up? I hope that you all are having a great one. In today's video, I figured I'll give you all some insight into what started off for me as far as music. What made me compelled to play guitar? What was it that made my mind just completely open up to music as a whole? And to do that, we have to go back to 1998. So without further ado, let's go. Hey guys, what's up? Paul here with PLD Media. This is a platform built to serve through music, inspiration, and creativity. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thank you for taking out time out of your day to watch one of my videos. I'm truly thankful. And so let's get right into it. I figured I'd do a video like this because I know there's a lot of people that may not know who I am. And I wanted to do a video to really kind of talk about what I call my musical awakening. That's the period that I call this. The time where I was just like, you know what? Man, I want to play guitar. I really want to play guitar. And so we have to go back to 1998. I was a sophomore in high school. This was back when MTV was still MTV. And there was a show called TRL that came on every afternoon, Monday through Friday, playing the top 10 songs in the country. And I don't know what got me to turn it on one particular afternoon, but I'm glad I did. And what was interesting, I would turn on and I would see this band that was always number 2 or number 1 every time I watched it. And I didn't quite get it at first, but something compelled me to this band. And first, it was a music video. It was the video itself. It was seeing this bullet travel through different locations to hit this room every time when the chorus would hit. And it's these 5 guys just rocking out in this room with lights from the bullets, penetrated the room. And you're just seeing these guys just rocking it out. And I was just like, man, I don't know who these guys are, but this sounds different and unique. And that band was Korn. And the song was Freaking Leash. And I will never forget it was just interesting. I didn't know what to think about, like I said, when I first heard it, but I just was more compelled the more I heard it. And every day I would come home and see, man, these guys are just, there must be something about them, because they're always number 2, number 1 every single time. So they must be well known. And so it was funny at that point. I didn't realize that Korn was the same band that did the other song that I just happened to hear that had this catchy sound, and that was "Got to Life," which was another single that came off of that album, "Follow the Leader." And I was like, man, these guys got 2 songs that I dig. They sound pretty good. So I ended up getting the Follow the Lead album, which was my very first metal/rock record. I know some people are so debatable when it comes to what's rock and what's metal and all that stuff. But it was metal, okay? I don't care what anybody says. Especially for me, because I was not prone to listening to rock and metal at that time. I listened more to R&B and hip hop before Korn. But I'll never forget my brother taking me downtown Atlanta to get Follow the Leader. And the funny thing is, and I'm sure this may have gotten a lot of people during that period of time too, is that the album started on track 13. It was 12 tracks of silence. And I literally sat in my brother's car with my Walkman and thought that the CD was broke, to the point that I almost took the CD back into the store. We were still in the parking lot, and then I realized, wait a minute, it says track 13. So yeah, I went to track 13, and there you go. You're hearing that the first song is on, and how fitting of a title for the beginning of an album, because that song, I think, just it had the energies of a first track. It was hard hitting. Just the album was awesome, and I I found myself listening to it just constantly. It was unlike anything I had ever heard before. And it was so different. And for me, being somebody that was not acclimated to music like that, I didn't even know what I was hearing as far as the guitars. Like, these are guitars. But, for that to be my really first venture into like metal, and realizing this was a band that wasn't even playing, typically, with 7-string guitars and the guitars being down tuned, it was so unique. And then, when I would listen to the songs, I'm like, what is this clicking sound? Or this sound like bones rattling, and realizing that was the bass, with Fieldy and his bass playing. But there was so many unique elements to Korn, which is still there to me. I mean, but that album had just so many great tracks on it. And just that album as a whole, that the hip hop influence in it is what I know kind of really compelled me. Hearing that low end, which I wasn't used to hearing in something like metal, was just amazing. And we had Run DMC and Aerosmith with their collaboration. We had Rage Against the Machine before Korn, but Korn implemented hip hop in a way that it brought people who were not accustomed to listen to rock and metal. I mean, somebody like me, you know what I mean? They really brought essence of hip hop into metal that was never heard before in the way that they were doing it. How they were using the guitar effects to make that East Coast hip hop sound integrated in metal was just so unique. And till this day, that album Fall Lear still to me sounds so just ahead of its time. The tones, just everything was amazing. And I will never forget letting my best friend hear that Fall Lear album, and he got it. You know what I mean? Because it was some friends of mine back in high school that, made fun of me for listening. Like, what is this, man? What is this? You know what I mean? That, they were accustomed to hip hop and stuff like that, so they were not. Some of them weren't feeling it, so I wasn't surprised with that. But I'm glad that I wasn't deterred from that, because like I said earlier in this video, that album changed everything for me. Not only did it make me more open to like rock and metal, but music as a whole. I became so analytical after that point. Just listening to every aspect of songs, from guitars and bass, drums and the vocals, and just sometimes I would just listen to tracks intently for specific things. Like, I would listen intently just for the guitars, or sometimes just intently for the drums or bass or vocals. It made me so just compelled for music. It was really a defining moment for me. And after that album, I was just like, I gotta play guitar. I was like, I want to play guitar. Just seeing Monkey and Head and just seeing them with those guitars, I was just like, man, they look cool. You know what I mean? And I didn't know anything about guitars at that point. I didn't know about the different brands and stuff. So when I graduated in 2000, I told my mom, I was like, I want a guitar for graduation. So she got me this starter kit, with the 6-string and amp. It was like a Fender like Strat guitar, or it was. I don't think it was a Fender Strat, but it was a brand that was very similar to it. It looked just like a Fender. So I was starting to teach myself by ear. Back at that point, there was no like YouTube or anything like that. There was the internet, but the internet was not the scale of which it is now, where you can see videos of people playing this stuff. So, I was going to the bookstores and getting Guitar World magazines and getting the guitar tabs from there, and just playing by ear. And I didn't have a 7-string. It took me a while to realize, to start reading about Korn, like they got 7-string guitars. So I was like, I need a 7-string. But it took me a while to get a 7-string guitar. But the fun thing, with learning guitar was when I started to realize how to read guitar tabs, and when you play the notes and you're starting to realize that you're playing the notes exactly how the song was written, and hearing it yourself that you're actually doing it. It was such a satisfying feeling, and it made you more driven to learn and play. So I mean, here it is. I'm 39 years old, still love guitar. That was the beginning of it, man, and that made me a Korn fan from that point on. You know, I got Follow the Leader, and then bought self-titled Life is Peachy before Issues came out in '99. And that was it for me, man. That paved the way, and then led me to Seven Dust, which was the next band that was like so influential to me. So that's it, man. That was the starting point, and I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that moment of just being amazed by this band and just how unique and innovative that they were at that, you know, especially at that time period. It was just, they were groundbreaking. And of course we know all the people that came out after them that imitated and copied Korn's sound, but we see Korn is still here now because there is only one Korn. No matter how many imitators that they had, there is still something that is uniquely and will always be Korn. So that's it, guys. That is today's video. I hope you enjoyed hearing my little background about what got me compelled to play guitar and what made me more open to music. I would love to hear you all's thoughts. I mean, if you got into the Follow the Leader, if that was your first album that got you into music, or maybe it was one of the other Korn albums, or maybe it was a total different artist altogether. What was it that got you into music? If you're a musician, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below. As I said in previous videos when I've closed them, I've never subscribed to a channel because of somebody telling me to subscribe to it or somebody telling me to hit that like button. It has always been the value that I've gotten from videos. It has always been the content. So with that being said, thank you. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed to this channel. Thank you for liking videos, not liking my videos, for commenting, because that all helps support this channel, whether you realize it or not. So I thank you guys. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next video. Till next time, peace, love. Let's keep it up.